Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Ariel. I create mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle vlogs. So if that's the type of content you're into, I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. So today's video is going to be hit and misses for September. I tried quite a few products in the month of September and a lot of them were really good, so we're just going to jump right into it. So we're going to start off with makeup. Let's start off with concealer. I tried the new Gucci concealer, you guys. The Gucci Concentrate Debut. It's a multi-use long wear concealer. Now this is supposed to be a buildable concealer that gives you up to a full coverage, like a medium to full coverage, and it looks like this. So the packaging is really cute, has this sort of ornate floral top to it that's a cream color, Gucci written in gold, and I think it looks really chic. Now this is a $47 concealer, and I'm just going to be honest and say it's okay. I found that this concealer made my under eyes look a little bit dry, and the claims of this concealer was to be very hydrating. To be honest, this is the first concealer I've tried where I got that sort of look under eye, just sort of made me look kind of old, and I wanted to get a concealer that was only about one shade lighter than my skin tone. This is probably just like a couple shades lighter than my skin tone on the swatch. So we'll swatch it. It's maybe about one shade lighter than my skin tone, but you guys, this oxidizes pretty dark. When it oxidizes, it looks about my skin color, maybe a smidgen darker, and for that reason I really couldn't use it. Just didn't really work out for me. Next up is the Hooda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatched Pressed Powder. I feel like this had been pretty much going viral all over the internet. It comes in, I want to say, like 8 different shades. I picked up the color Cherry Blossom Cake because I was so in love with the One Size Ultimate powder that came in the ultra pink color. I definitely knew I wanted to pick this up in pink. I'm actually wearing it today just in the inner corners. First of all, let's talk about what I love about this powder. It's super lightweight. So no matter how much I put under my eye, it still remains really thin and doesn't look cakey at all. I love that about this powder. Only thing is it's super bright. If you notice, this pink is pretty pale. So for me, it works better as a finishing powder. So I've been applying it on top of my One Size Ultra Pink powder. So I'll put the One Size powder down and I'll use this just in the inner corners to brighten, like I usually do the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in the color number 2. I use that only to just sort of brighten, and no matter how much I put on, it never looks heavy, and that's how this one is. It doesn't look heavy, and so yeah, I would definitely be open to trying this in a different color because I like it, but I like it as a finishing powder. Moving on to the Haus Labs concealers, I picked up the shade 40 and 34. I like these concealers. Now, will they replace my Dior Forever, my #1 favorite at the moment? Not really, but they're good concealers. It gives you about a medium coverage, so if you want full coverage, you're going to have to do 2 layers. It blends really creamy and easily, just like the Dior Forever. You don't have to let it sit on your face and sort of thicken so that you can get the coverage you need. It's one of those that you can go ahead and blend right away, which I love in concealer, but even if you let it sit, it's not going to give you that all the way full coverage, which I'm becoming okay with. I find that it's lightweight on the skin, it's hydrating, and it doesn't really settle into fine lines. You know how you apply your concealer, you blend it, and then you might go to your contour, and when you get ready to set, you may get your sponge and sort of just lightly tap to make sure to blend out of the creases so it doesn't settle in the creases. So when I go back for that step, I noticed that it's really nothing had settled in the creases, and so yeah, it's a really good concealer. Just know that it gives medium coverage. You'll have to do about 2 layers to get full coverage. Next is a rediscovery, you guys. This is probably a holy grail for a lot of you, and it's MAC's Lip Pencil in Chestnut. So I went to the MAC store. I wanted to create like a fall lip where I did the liner, the lip color, and a gloss on top. So I picked up Chestnut. I hadn't picked up a Chestnut pencil in probably a couple years, y'all, to be honest, and I fell back in love with it. I forgot how great this pencil is. is, number one, I like the way it applies so easily and creamy and smooth on the lip. It stays. You don't have to worry about it wearing off as easily as some of the other pencils do. Just a really good pencil. And then the color is so perfect. So I find myself picking it up often. Now, this is a product that's new to me, y'all. This is the Locked Kiss ink from MAC in the shade Posh. So not only do I love the shade, I love this formula so much. It has a doe foot applicator that's sort of bent that makes it so easy to apply. Pointy at the tip. So if you're using just this, you can get a precise application. I love that in a lip product. So I wear it with chestnut and it looks like that. It's a medium tone brown that looks amazing on my skin tone. And the cool thing about it is when it dries, y'all, it looks like literal velvet and it doesn't budge. You can eat, you can do whatever, and it just doesn't budge. Beautiful finish. You know how like those Fenty lip colors, remember the one she wore on the Super Bowl, the MVP, that formula, how when it dries it looks like just almost like a velvet, like a matte velvet lip. That's what this looks like when it dries, except it doesn't transfer like the Fenty one and it stays on. Love this. Love, love, love. I don't know why I hadn't tried them out sooner, but I'm glad that I picked it up. So this is the MAC Locked Kiss ink lip color in the color Posh. And I think they had like, I want to say like 10 different shades. Okay, next up is a brand new product, y'all. LYS just launched a brow gel and it's called Secure Brow Shape and Hold Clear Brow Gel. So I'm wearing it today, you guys. This is a brow gel that gives you a super light hold. So if you use the Refi brow gel or the Ariell brow gel and you feel like it's too stiff or bold of a hold, if you don't like that, then you might like this one. I like more of a bold hold, so I'm still getting used to it. I usually put my brow gels on first, let it set, and then I can lightly fill in my brows, but I found that this sort of gave me watery a little bit. So after I did my brows, I applied it again and it gave it more of a hold for some reason. So this is one of those products that I find works better to use after you've done your brows. So let's move on to body care and fragrance. The first thing I want to talk about is this Dove Advanced Care deodorant. It's a dry spray. You guys, when I tell you so good. So I've been using sheer deodorant for probably like the past maybe 4 or 5 years. I'm happy with it. I'm one of those people that I can't go a whole day without putting deodorant. You know how some people put on deodorant at the beginning of the day, they're good till night. Y'all, I struggle with that until I found Sure. Sure was the first deodorant I had in a long time where when I put it on, I'm sweat proof, smell proof the entire day. But for some reason, a couple weeks ago, Sure just kind of stopped working for me in the middle of the day. All of a sudden, I'm like, girl, who is that smelling like that? Y'all, I don't know what happened. I don't know if my body chemistry is changing or if Sure changed their formula, but I had to do something different. So I went shopping maybe like a few weeks ago, and while we were out in the shopping area, there was somebody handing out samples of this Dove. So when I went to Walmart to find a new deodorant, I'm looking around and I'm like, I didn't even know where to begin, y'all, to be honest. I didn't even know where to start. I had been using my deodorant for so long. Then I remembered the sample of this that the person gave us when we were out shopping. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to get anything. Let me try that sample and then go from there. I tried the sample. Y'all stayed dry all day and smelled amazing all day. So this is the first deodorant I ever used where I literally smell this beautiful smell. This scent is the cucumber scent. It smells so good. Literally when I put it on in the morning, I can still smell this really nice, pleasant smell all the way at the end of the day, and I stay dry all day. Love this, 10 out of 10. So I'm glad that I tried that sample instead of throwing it away, y'all, but this is really good. And so when I'm out of this, I'm gonna purchase a different scent. Next up is a body cream. So this is a Tree Hut body cream. This is the limited edition one, sweet cream scent. It's the sweet cream scent. So it smells really good. Don't get me wrong. It smells like vanilla, sugar. When one of those type, very similar to the vanilla cashmere, very similar to this one that I told you guys about a month or two ago, but this one just smells slightly better. This smells good, but the only thing is, since I had just, and I finished this by the way, so I'm going to be repurchasing it, but since I used this up and immediately went into this, I'm like, So let's talk about it. It does moisturize, but this is one of those that really sucks into the skin and moisturizes, but it doesn't leave that almost silky smooth texture to the skin, which I love. This gives you that. This gives you that sort of slip where when you rub on your skin, it just feels so silky. This sort of absorbs into the skin completely. And so I like something with a little bit more slip. So for those who don't want to feel that, you know, texture on the skin or that sort of slip to the skin, you will probably really, really love this. I like it, but I just like this one just a little bit more. And also I found with the EOS one, when I put that lotion on, I smell it for hours. This is sort of like one that I put on after the shower and I only smell it for like 5 minutes and then it goes away. So I am enjoying it, just not quite as much as the other one, but this definitely won't be a repurchase for me, but it does smell nice and it gets the job done. So before I get into the fragrance, I forgot to tell you guys about this brush set. So I have been talking about this for a little while now. This is the new Sephora brush set. It comes with 8 different brushes. It's not like their typical brush sets that come with, you know, 8 brushes and it's sort of a lower quality brush. This is the actual Sephora Pro brushes that you get on the wall in Sephora, the $20, $30 brushes. So let's talk about it. It does come in this sort of leather holder. You open it up and it has these 8 brushes in it. So somebody did comment on the YouTube short that I made with this and was like, you know, basically they wanted to know what I would use the brushes for. So real quick, we're going to go over it. So this is the number 59 brush. I would use this for any type of powder to set all over, maybe for blush or some type of powder. This one's the number 47. It's meant to use for foundation. I would use it for probably foundation or to blend concealer, or you could even like contour the nose with it. We've got the number 93 brush. It's an angled brush, so I would use this probably for a powdered blush or a highlight or something like that. We have the number 20 brush, which is an angled liner brush, so I would definitely use it for like liner or like brows, and then the spoolie for your brows. We've got the number 98 brush. So I would probably use this for highlight or to set the powder under the eyes. The number 15 brush. This is a shader brush. So I would use this for the lid color on my eyes, or I would probably use it for nose contour. I've got the number 27 brush, which I already own one of these. This is probably like one of my top 2 favorite eyeshadow blending brushes. And you just obviously for eyeshadow to blend your eyeshadow, or you can use it to pack the lid if you want to. And this is the number 71 brush, which is one of my favorite brushes for nose contour. So you could use this pretty much for nose contour. You could use this to blend your concealer, under the brow, or you can use it for eyeshadow if you want to. This one you can use for a lot of different things. So now let's talk about the quality. Somebody also said that the brushes look stiff on the video. Is the quality the same? So out of this set, I actually own the number 27 brush and the number 71 brush, right? And so let's pull it out of the set, 27 and 71. The only difference is this is solid black handles and this is black with glitter. So the ones in the set are glittery, which I think is such a cute touch. I love that they did that, and it gives holiday, y'all. It's super, super cute and chic. I love that they thought they added that additional touch to it. But when I tell you the quality is exactly the same, 27 brushes, they feel exactly the same. They're the same brushes. They literally gave you Sephora's Pro brushes, but just gave you a glitter handle. So if you were wondering, ooh, I kind of want to get it, are they the same as the ones you already love from Sephora that are sold on that wall? They're exactly the same quality. I love this set, y'all. And then $95 for 8 Pro quality brushes. The sale is in a couple weeks and you get 30% off. So you'll basically be paying what, like $70 for 8 brushes. Y'all, you can't beat that. And so the 71 brush, same brush, y'all. Same denseness, same amount of hairs packed in it. It's the same brushes. So they didn't skimp on it. They didn't cheat us, fake us out. It's the quality that we know and love. So I do recommend the brush set. 10 out of 10, add it to cart, wait to pick up during the sale. So now let's jump into fragrance. The Valentino Donna Born in Roma, the newest flanker, which is the pink PP Rendezvous. I'm not sure what that PP is all about, but this is a beautiful vanilla orange blossom fragrance. I do have a full review up of this fragrance on my channel, so you can click that link to check it out, but it is beautiful, y'all. I would say it's more of a daytime, beautiful, warm, sultry. It's just really pretty. At first, I was comparing it so in my head so much to the original, and I didn't get that wow factor from the original. But what really changed my mind is my guy had brought me one of my robes because of the smell on it. He was like, "Oh, your robe smells so good." He brought me the robe, and it was this. And when I tell you I was blown away, I hadn't done the review yet, and I'm glad I hadn't done the review yet because I was like, wow. So then I wore it again, and I'm like, I actually really love this fragrance. So I've worn it a few more times since then. It's just a beautiful fragrance all on its own. It does have the DNA from the original a little bit, but this is its own special thing, and I'm enjoying it. And the last fragrance that I tried that I love, you guys, is Coach Love. They launched a new fragrance that's like a woodsy, sweet, feminine. Y'all, it's like a candy sweet with a woodsiness to it. Just smells very pleasant. Every time I wear it, my guy's like, "What are you wearing? You just smell so pleasant." That's what he said. "You just smell so pleasant." And it does, y'all. If you haven't tried this, get your nose on it. Next time you're in Macy's or Ulta, get your nose on it. Comment, come back, comment, let me know what you think, because I really love this one. Before we get out of here, I just want to share one layering combo that I've been loving. So the Valentino Donna Born in Roma Rendezvous. This with Delina Exclusive, y'all. When I tell you, 2 beautiful fragrances all on its own, but something about these 2 together is gorgeous. So if you have these 2 together, try putting this one on and then put like 2 sprays of this. Or if you want to wear this one day, put like 2 sprays of this. Let me know what you think, because I love it. So that's it for this month's hit or misses. I really enjoyed the things that I tried this month. Wasn't too much of them were bad, wasn't too much. So comment down below, let me know if you've tried anything new this month. What was it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Also, if you've tried anything that I showed you guys today in the video, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Every single thing that I used today will be listed down below in the description box, so be sure to check that out. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come back, join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love, 'cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't have the